Hey guys, so I got some requests to do the aqua look from the Academy of Color high voltage palette that I was talking about the other day. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I am also going to be using brand new brushes. I bought the Morphe Eye Slay kit yesterday. You get 6 brushes for $18. And the reason why I bought that is because maybe a year ago, I think around a year ago, I bought the Morphe Complexion Goals kit, which is this one. And that's dirty because I just used it. Just used that one too, actually. But yeah, I bought this kit maybe about a year ago, and I love it. And I feel like this was such a bargain. I use the foundation brush every single day, and I use the powder brush occasionally, and I use the blush brush occasionally, I use the highlighter brush occasionally, and I use the contour brush occasionally. The standout is definitely the foundation brush though. And there are no numbers on any of these brushes, so they can't be bought individually, but they probably sell some facsimile of them in their line, I would imagine. But yeah, this was a bargain. So I thought, you know what? I love that set so much. Why don't I go ahead and get the eye set? So I'm gonna. All I did was I bought this yesterday, and then I brought it home and washed it, and I'm going to use it for the first time today. So I'll have to let you know what I think, because you should never judge a brush set after only using it one time. That's going to give you some information, but I mean, you have to know how are they going to hold up, how are they going to wash, are they going to have any smell? There's so many different things to take into consideration, but I thought since I just got them yesterday that I would use them in today's video. Alright, in order to expedite the process, I thought it would be a good idea if I did most of my products off camera, so I already have a lot of makeup on. Actually, the products will be listed as always in the description box, but otherwise the video is just way too long, and you know, people don't want to spend that much time watching a video. I mean, who has that kind of time, right? So this is going to be hopefully one of my shorter videos. I did want to mention though that I did something different with my brows today. The reason why I even went to Ulta yesterday was I wanted to purchase the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I got the shade medium brown because I had been using the brow powder duo in medium brown, and I enjoy using it, but it's almost impossible to get hair-like strokes with a brush and powder. So what I did today was I used the Brow Wiz for like the outline of the brows and to do those little hair-like strokes at the beginning of my brows. Then I filled everything in with the powder just like I always would. So the two together, big thumbs up. It makes a difference. Yeah, you just can't get hair-like strokes with a brush. You just can't. Even though the brush that I use is the e.l.f. Beautifully Precise brow brush. I love this. But yeah, you just can't get that with a brush. So I'm all set now. So when I was there, of course I can't just walk in there and buy the Brow Wiz and then just leave. I have to walk around and look at stuff. And when I got to the Morphe section, I was like, really would like to try those eye brushes. That kit would make such a nice gift for somebody for Christmas if it works out. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's get started. I have been using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, which is just a matte white. I've been using this as an eyeshadow primer for all my eyeshadows. I used to only use this for things that were very light in color or things that I wanted to make them pop. And then one day I just used it for a regular, ordinary look, and I was like, wow, this really does make a nice eyeshadow primer. I mean, that's not what that's not how most people would probably use it, but I've stopped using my MAC paint pot and my Urban Decay primer potion because I've been really loving this, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper. So that's what I'm going to do today. And what I do is I warm it up on my finger like that, and then just apply it with my finger. Now what I do is I start in the brow bone area, because white on somebody with light skin can make a really pretty highlighter, and then I don't use a highlighter shade. And then I take what's left and rub that all over the lid and the crease area. Yeah, I haven't been using a brow bone highlight shade, and I haven't been feeling like using contour, blush, or highlight on my face. I don't know what's going on, but I just like the way it looks better without it, which is crazy, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But probably just a phase I'm going through. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm going for a different kind of look that focuses more on the eyes or the lips or both or neither, depending on what I do. So I already have all my other products on, with the exception of my eye products. This lipstick I have on, I thought this would be perfect for this look because it, it gives me a little bit of a natural color, and it's a little bit cool, but not crazy cool. In case you're curious about it, it's the Broadway Colors True Matte Lipstick in number 2 Nude Rose, and you can find this at Dollar General. It's not $1 though. Dollar General sells things at regular prices. Okay, so eyeshadow primer, or what I would consider to be eyeshadow primer, is on. So we're going to go into the Academy of Color High Voltage palette, which is on clearance now at Kohl's for $4. No, this is not a commercial. Not sponsored. And I'm going to use these 3 bottom shades. I'm going to start with the middle shade, which is called Atomic, and is just a light aqua. And this brush right here is the closest thing to what I would normally use. I usually use a MAC 239 shader brush. This is quite a bit fluffier and larger, so hopefully this will go okay. But that's the closest thing they have to a shader brush in there. So I'm just gonna put some of this on the brush. Oh yeah, that's going on fine. I was a little concerned, using brushes that I hadn't used before, but the eyeshadow is still going on super pigmented, just like it does with my MAC 239 brush. Had to adjust the lighting a little bit. That was a little bit too much white. Okay, I'm gonna take my fan brush from the Complexion Goals kit, and I just see the tiniest little bit of fallout there. So I'm just gonna use this There was just like a few specks there that were bothering me. It wasn't that bad at all. Okay, now there are two blending brushes in this Isolate kit. These are my two choices. I feel like this one is way too fluffy for what I'm going to do next. So definitely going to go with this one. And I'm going to go into the shade Electric. And I'm going to just kind of dab that brush in there. If I'm working with something that I've never worked with before for a brush, or I'm using an eyeshadow that I've never used or only used once, I don't like to pack too much on the brush because it's way easier to blend it out if you just start small. So I started in the outside corner there, and then I'm just like doing small circles and blending inward. And then what I like to do, just barely tapping this, is just brush a little bit on the outside part of the lid. So this is just a little bit darker. So speaking of Morphe, I don't think I'm going to get that James Charles palette after all, you guys. The more I look at it, the more I think, you know, I already have those colors just either in other palettes or as singles. The yellows are maybe a little unique to my collection, but do I really want to buy that palette just for a couple of yellow eyeshadows? I mean, if that's what I'm missing, maybe I should just buy a yellow eyeshadow single or, you know, a smaller palette that has a yellow in it. Well, a yellow like the one or two that are in his palette. But I don't know, I'm not really a yellow eyeshadow person anyway, so I think I'm gonna pass. Cause I don't really need that palette. I am still interested in the Kylie lip kits though. I've always wanted to try those. So I'm definitely gonna get one of those. Those launch on Saturday, and I confirmed it with Ulta. When I was there yesterday, I said, "You're gonna definitely have the Kylie lip kits on Saturday, right?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Any idea on the shade range?" She said, I think she said there were gonna be, oh shoot, what did she say? Like 8 to 10, which kind of surprised me that they were gonna have that many. So that's good. There should be plenty to pick from. Okay, now I'm going to take this brush, which is like a small pencil brush. And I was so happy to see this in the kit because if you watch my videos, you always see me reach for my Zoeva pencil brush. And it's the only one that I own that's like that. So yay, now I have two brushes that are like that. I'm going to go back into that same electric shade. And I'm going to go kind of towards the beginning, but not all the way in. And then do like the middle part Then I'm going to go into Voltage, which is the darkest shade there. And I'm going to start from the outside and work my way in and blend it into that other color. I think I'm going to take a little bit up into like the outer V. And get really precise into that crease. This is different than the way I did it last time, but you don't have to always do it exactly the same way every time. Okay, now I'm going to take that big fluffier brush and I'm gonna blend out the edges. Oh, this is perfect for that. This is really perfect for that. Okay, now I'm going to take Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion. And I'm going to go on the waterline. And the tight line. Curl my lashes. This is a Shiseido lash curler. You can find that at Ulta. I can't believe all the brands that Ulta's getting now. I mean, Morphe, Kylie Cosmetics, they have Milani, they have Sleek, they have Wet n Wild. Some locations have ColourPop, some locations have Dose of Colors. They just keep bringing in more and more and more. It's unbelievable. And you know, my Sephora is one of those Sephoras inside JCPenney, so teeny tiny. They don't have hardly anything in there. And then if there is something I want, I go in there and the slot is empty. So I hardly ever go to Sephora anymore. Matter of fact, a lot of times I can't get what I want at Sephora or Ulta. So then I have to go to Macy's. And the only reason why I go there last is they don't really have a rewards program anymore. I would imagine that they're going to get something soon though, because they got rid of the one that they had before, and as far as I know, they haven't replaced it with anything. But fortunately, you know, I do have 3 choices there with, I mean, not every one of those stores carries every item, but you know what I'm saying. Like if I'm buying Anastasia or Urban Decay or something like that, all 3 of those stores have that brand. This is MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D Mascara. I got this at an Ulta that has MAC. Not every Ulta has MAC yet, but I think they will eventually. do really like this mascara. MAC mascaras are very hit and miss for me. I've had some that I've loved. I'd have some that were garbage and some that were just okay. This is a good one. The last one that I had before this was Giga Black. I did not like that at all. It didn't do anything for my lashes. I was so surprised to see that they discontinued Zoom Lash, because I used to like that. Alright, so that is the Aqua look from the Academy of Color High Voltage eyeshadow palette. $4, you guys. And, you know, the other colors are really nice too. I had that look on the other day where I used those two. And, so yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.